Welcome back to the show. Tuesday. Dakota is not here tonight, so you're stuck with Brad.
Stuck with? More like blessed with.
Blessed, hey, that's one way to look at it. What is up, Tex?
Oh, Tex is here.
Levi, that is not Nathan that you're talking to. That's the not Nathan. And hello, not Nathan.
Well, that's why Dakota's not here, Tex. He's actually working on that right now.
Juicy spanking. Tex, we'll get those damn socks made, man. We'll get them made.
My mom makes me socks every year.
Can she knit socks with my face on them?
She can try, but she crochets, so it's not gonna. It's gonna look very.
That's talent.
It'll be like an 8-bit. It'll be like an 8-bit version of your face.
I think 8-bit version of my face might be the best version of my face.
Hell, I might
potentially juicy spanking. Well, no, it's not the wrong kind of violence, Nathan. Oh, we got video for the people to see my 8-bit face, Tony.
Yeah, video's up.
That's fair. Okay, so
Spin up.
A crotch tree.
Crochet.
Oh, that's how you spell crochet?
I don't know.
Probably
tree.
Not.
Same text. Same.
You read like you hear.
Oh man, I thought there was a T for sure, but
there is a T.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's how you spell it, but I'm sure that's what he was trying to say.
So listen,
probably.
I just got to point out this way you guys got to get. This way you got to get yourself a wife. I just found a video about making homemade vanilla syrup, and I sent it to Sarah, and she's like, "Wow, it's a shame they don't have that for caramel." And I was like, "Why do you think I sent it to you?" She has sent. That was 3 minutes ago. She now is found a recipe and is trying it tomorrow.
You don't have to convince me. I get the same
curly
things.
hair smash or pass. The curly hair guy from Avatar. Which one's that? Which one?
The curly hair guy from.
Hey, are we talking Avatar like the last Airbender or the last Blue Bender?
The one who keeps getting memed as like a military police guy.
I don't know who you're talking about. My wife's not single yet, Tex, but
what a question.
If I don't straighten up, there's a good chance she will be. I always say it's just a matter of time before she divorces me.
Hey, me too. That's why I'm trying to get that stuff on lockdown. You got to trap her as quick as you can, man. I mean, you're doing a good job, you know. She's got 2 kids, got one on the way. Like, it's, you know. She can't go anywhere, you know, if she's... I don't even know if she's pregnant. She can't go anywhere if she's pregnant.
I mean, that's the law.
Yeah,
that's the law, right?
Absolutely. Like, you can't drive. Like, are you going to drive and be pregnant?
You can't go out in public. I mean, it's contagious.
Absolutely not.
What are you doing out here?
I mean, it is contagious, but for different reasons.
Oh, Lord. Listen, Tex, all my kids just go by Tex now.
Name one of your kids Tex.
The young ones cry because they don't know who I'm talking to. But
is there a longer name with Tex? Like,
Texopolis. Texapopolis.
I'm talking like a person's name, not like a city's name.
Texarkana.
That's okay. That's a region.
Base children. Yeah, but one's younger than the other, Nathan.
One's always younger than the other.
I mean, mathematically, yeah, but
unless they're twins.
Well,
but even then, they don't both come out at the exact same time.
Oh, that is a nightmare. That's nightmare fuel.
What?
Coming out at the same time?
Not for me.
Not for you, yes. Trust me.
For the lady, I bet it's awful. But for me,
whole process is.
I'm be outside smoking a cigar. I'm a dad.
Not yet. You're not. Oh wow! Is that from the new movie?
I guess
that looks terrible.
I mean.
Why would he keep his? Oh wow, that. Yeah. First of all, that haircut is just. Can we get rid of that haircut? The Patrick Mahomes haircut.
Patrick Mahomes.
Pretty sure that's where it came from.
Yeah, possibly.
The broccoli.
Pure 1950.
Named from America, typically meaning from Texas.
Sea salt is mean to hair. What is going on?
What's not real, Levi? That pure 1950s. Let's see. Does Lily know words? Is that what you're asking me, Nathan? Yes, my human child knows words. The girls would be shaking. Listen, can we just talk about, like, while people roll in here, we got to talk about how wonderful memery is.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's existed forever. But yeah, it's great.
Somebody's going to get real mad about this, but it's CGI. You are the worst. You're the worst human.
Somebody asked if it was real.
I think he meant, is it actually in the movie now?
Oh.
I don't think he meant...
I don't know.
Oh, that's even better that was authentic. Lily is almost 2. She'll be 2 in just a few months.
Mm-hmm.
April, right? Or
Lily's March.
March. Oh, yeah. She's early.
Why not? What's wrong with the clam chowder at the Lexus December to Remember sales event?
I don't know. I forgot.
Did you go?
Yeah. I heard the clam chowder was balling. 2-year-old, yes, some 2-year-olds can talk. I mean,
Define
my
talk.
2-year-old doesn't give me any dissertations, but like when she's talking to you, you know it.
A baby can talk to you. It's just in garbled.
Dad!
Yeah, and cries and.
Oh no, it's not garbled. It's very clear.
Well, I'm talking like a baby.
Oh yeah. Or the macs and cheese from AutoZone. What? What if I want to eat these items? Sounds like Brad. Oh,
yeah,
Lord.
basically.
All right,
yeah.
so listen, what are we talking about tonight? So, Tony, can you go to the old Warhammer community? Okay, so last week I was violently wrong because I saw something on Facebook and believed it.
That's
okay.
your first mistake right there.
Well, I mean, usually, like when it's in regards to like events that are upcoming.
Yeah.
I don't know why. They might have just misspoke, but they said that the one with the puppy there. Go down. There you go. Oh, so it's talking about what they're gonna preview in 2 days' time here.
Ooh.
There you go. Just show like the banner thing there. No, no.
Starts on the 27th, eh?
Yep, so Thursday night, right? Say what time?
Does not. It's at night, though, right?
Yeah, it'll probably be late. Scroll down a little, Tony. Let's see if it tells us. Usually, no, I don't want to.
Oh, yeah, nighttime in Las Vegas would be like. I'd be
there
late
we go.
here.
That'll tell us. Go down. Don't care what time in London. 1 a.m. here. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was just about to say, if they're doing it. They're doing it nighttime in Vegas.
I will be asleep.
Yeah, I won't. Yeah, I won't be awake. I'll have to listen to it tomorrow morning or the next morning when I'm working.
Yeah, Friday when we're at work. Okay, you can scroll back up, Tony, to what they show they're going to be talking about. There we go. So obviously 40K and Sigmar. So we talked last week about 10th edition is probably going to be announced at. Did we talk about that on the show, or was that in the chat?
Yeah, we talked about that at the show. It'll probably be a Adepticon next year. This year, yeah.
Screen,
that's where they did the last one. This one, I'm hoping to see some new models. It'll be really neat.
Kind of a weird. Okay, so like
some new models.
The last couple LVOs, what have they announced? So they announced Contrast at LVO.
Yeah.
In 2019, I remember that because the ad was hilarious. Because it was the 50 Shades of Grey ad.
Yeah, that's right.
And he's like, I got to show you something. He takes this good-looking chick to his room, and it's all like spare models. Yeah. She's like, oh, aren't they supposed to be painted? Yeah, that was 2019. Then what was 2020 did they show at?
I don't remember.
Have you been in this hobby at all?
Yeah, I just don't. The times where things are going on, I'm usually doing something. It's either they're either doing it in London, so it's early in the morning, or they're doing it in Vegas and it's late at night. So like, unless I actually seek it out or someone tells me, I just don't hear about it.
You know, it might have been Lumineth 2020.
It could have been. I feel like 2020.
I was at Glass City when they announced Lumineth. I remember that.
Oh, I feel like there was something that came. I think it was something Space Marine for 2020. Because that was...
The Indominus box was in 2020, but that was mid-2020.
Yeah, but that was...
That wouldn't have been announced until Adepticon time. Yeah, exactly. Which Adepticon didn't happen in 2020.
But I feel like they still announced something that was coming for that, though. Was it... No? I don't remember. I don't
either.
It was 3 years
What was
ago.
last year? What did you announce last year at LVO?
I don't remember.
It was 12 short months ago.
Yeah. Remind me not to forget what they show this year, so next year when you ask me this question, I can answer you. Because I honestly don't remember. But it was Contrast last year, right? No, not Contrast. Oh, wait, maybe it was Contrast because we got that new range of Contrast paints, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if they showed that at Adepticon. I don't think they...
LVO? Well, maybe not. Did.
LVO is usually a decent sized one, but it's like Adepticon's the big one usually.
Yeah, Adepticon's like the national one.
Well, it's like the time frame for when they're like it's 6 weeks before the summer, right? Like so they can. Wait, is that math? Summertime, their fiscal year.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's which is why they would do it.
I don't know. Nathan says, "How would it be if Votan got the first new codex?" I wouldn't be surprised at all.
I would.
If they get, they probably won't get the first, but if they're in the first three, I wouldn't be shocked because they got to get the rest of that range out.
Yeah. Well, do they not have all their models?
They have everything out that exists now, but like it's still.
They're not getting new models for a long time.
I don't know, man. There's only like 12 units in there. They're their own faction, though. I know what you're getting at, but you're not exactly your own faction. You shouldn't be, right? You should be rolled into one big book. Probably.
I
don't disagree.
I'm just saying, man.
They're more than Dwarven Harlequins, I think. Harlequins should not be their own faction.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. I feel like Votan. It was $8.
Levi.
So it wasn't worth it.
Listen, man, you could have brought it here for a $no $1 rebate. What game was it?
It was probably Space Marine, which was a pretty good game for...
That game's definitely worth $8.
Yeah,
I bought Blood Bowl 2 for $8.
And Space Marine 2 comes out this year, and it's going to be fan-freaking-tastic.
I still haven't played
Cannot wait for that. I haven't either. I'm kind of waiting for that. You have it? I do not. I'm kind of waiting for it to go on sale.
It's like $40.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not very much.
Oh, maybe I won't get it.
It's kind of on sale already.
I'm trying to save money, though. I got to pay taxes.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to.
I mean, I like my house. I like living in my house.
Yeah, your house will still be there.
Yeah, I know. I like living in it is what I'm saying. I don't want to get kicked out of my own home because, you didn't pay the City of Adrian property tag me anyway.
Oh,
Jake wants who to play Darktide, Nathan? Brad?
Huh? Yeah, probably. He probably wants both of us to play Darktide. I want to give Darktide.
Who is you?
All of you.
All of you.
Yeah.
All of the above. I've heard nothing but good things. I actually bought it to stream with Tony, and I just haven't even installed it.
Jake told me about because they have a pretty in-depth character creator. He told me about this Ogren he made, and made him green, and gave him a Cockney accent.
And Shrek?
And he named him Not Nork. And he looks just like an orc. It's really funny. Really funny.
I heard it's a beautiful game, too.
Yeah. My computer will make it look okay. It will not make it look beautiful.
There's not a damn thing wrong with that. You got a laptop, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not terrible. I've got 32 gigs of RAM, but my processor and my video card is all outdated. So
32 gigs in a laptop?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
What do I have?
2 16-gig sticks.
I don't know.
I'd
have to see it.
Only because it was like, I think it was like $5 more than 16 gigs of RAM. So I was like, it's not that much more expensive. I'll just get the 32 gigs and never have to worry about it ever again.
Yeah, this one has 32.
Although what I'll do is when I upgrade to a new computer, what I'll do is I'll just take the RAM out of that one and I'll just swap them.
Depending on how old it is.
Yeah, well, 32 gigs of RAM should last me for a little while.
Is it DDR4?
Yes.
Should be a while then.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we had this exact conversation like 6 weeks ago.
Very well could have.
I'm almost positive we did.
No,
I don't hear DDR4 very often. So.
Oh, we were probably talking about Dance Dance Revolution.
Yeah.
That might have been
that
it.
Sounds,
the DD.
That sounds more accurate.
Dude, I remember when we were kids, we were playing a couple stories about online Xbox back in the day, right? No, I'm not talking about like the hate chat. This is like local, like friends chat, not like open lobby chat.
Yeah.
We were playing a game. We were playing Halo 3 with
Those were
Dylan
the
Van
days.
Brunt.
Oh yeah,
Right?
yeah.
And we were playing co-op, and he's like, hey guys, my mom made dinner, I gotta go. But what he did, he ran ahead on that one mission where you had to get the Hornets.
Yeah.
And so it's like 2 stages of the same level.
Yeah.
And he killed himself and grabbed the other Hornet. So like we were on the beach and we couldn't advance the game and we couldn't turn it off.
He did that on purpose. Yeah.
100%. Like
Yeah.
it was one of the best trolls ever. I was like, why would you do this to me? And then one time
so
he
funny.
wasn't trolling and he was like, I can't wait till Call of Duty 2 or Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare 2 comes out. And we died laughing. And then literally years later it comes out.
Yeah. It wasn't called Call of Duty 4 though. It was just called Modern Warfare 2.
It was so funny.
They just released another Modern Warfare 2.
What did they?
Yeah.
Is that the newest one?
Yeah.
Is it good? I heard it was not good.
Cold War has probably been the best one they've released in recent days. That came out a couple of years ago.
I was talking to
Cold War was pretty good. And then the World War II one they did was garbage.
Really?
Vanguard. Yeah, that was terrible. And then Modern Warfare came out, and now Modern Warfare, or I think,
didn't they have just a World War II one? Like it was called World War II that wasn't bad?
yeah, I heard that one was terrible too. But yeah, that was also a while back. They stopped supporting that one.
Call of Duty was traditionally
Yeah, always
World War
was.
For like the first 3 games were, and then
Yeah.
Modern Warfare was the 4th.
Yeah.
And that's
Was
what
it really only the 4th game?
Yeah, we were just laughing about how we called.
No, I know, but I thought there was like other like
No, yeah, well,
like
there was. They
Call
had
of
like
Duty Pacific.
they
and,
had like Big Red One. I think was one of the ones, which was like
I just didn't realize it was literally the 4th game in the franchise.
yeah. Yeah, Call of Duty. So Big Red One was like an offshoot Call of Duty
Dude, I
game.
used to play
and-
the hell out of
Yeah. It was actually
World
not
at
bad.
War.
Yeah, World at War.
That was
that was the other World War II
Yeah,
one they
that
did
was-
after. That was really good.
Dude, that game,
was a
like-
really good one. That was probably the last. Although, yeah, I don't remember.
I like the Modern Warfares, but World at War was a lot of fun.
World at War was a lot of fun. The new ones are really neat. They just can't seem to get like I said, Cold War. Cold War is the best one they've done because now, like, remember, like back in the day, like, oh, you got to put an attachment on your guns and put like a new sight or scope or silencer. Now you can customize literally everything.
Right.
Like I took
you can do that in Warzone.
Yeah, so I took for instance, in Modern Warfare 2, I took my RPK, the big light machine gun version of the AK, and I changed out the barrel and stock and everything on it, and now it's just an AK. It's very funny. I'm like, I literally took it and just made it into an AK because it's so modular.
There was
there's
I don't know what the game mode's called, but it's only out like they do it like every 6 weeks or 2 months or whatever, and it's in Warzone, and it's like you drop in and it's like you're in a circle, right, and it changes, but it's like you keep coming in and it's like team deathmatch but with a lot more people.
Yeah,
but they don't do it for very long. They do it for a couple over a weekend every 2 months, but. There was this one point where we were fighting over a hangar, and like I just had like I don't even know what the name of the gun was, but it was a full auto like a full machine gun. It wasn't a submachine gun with a bipod, and I'm laying on the ground, and they had to run through this hangar, and I just was unloading, and I got like 30 kills, and they just kept coming. It was like killing orcs.
Yeah,
it was so good.
No, they
Fortnite.
Yeah. I haven't. Yeah.
Fortnite.
No, they just.
I've never played. I played 2 weeks one time. Is Brad snapping?
Yeah, it's my. I need to fidget, man. So I'm like unsnapping and snapping my bottom.
Dude, I tell you what, my kids
got
fidget stuff for Christmas, and I was like, I need to get some of this stuff for Brad. There's like
definitely
things
for the show. Yeah.
Like no, don't talk to me. Brad, like get out from behind the counter. He's at the refrigerator. I'm like, leave it. What's it like at your house? Like, what do you do when you're alone?
Oh, there's crap everywhere, man.
Yeah, we need like fidget.
No, I'm usually
we need like a silent fidget spinner if we can find one.
The thing when I'm at home, I'm usually doing something. So I'm like playing on my computer. Maybe although when I'm watching TV,
I guarantee when you're playing on your laptop, you're fidgeting on something.
I don't think so.
I'm a thumb tapper. Like on my laptop, I tap my thumbs a lot.
I might be like wiggling my vape between my fingers or something.
You're doing something. I guarantee you're doing something.
Like, I don't know. It's because there's not very much, like, on my couch. It's probably just my computer. And that's
Fortnite is
it.
dope, Nathan. Lightning and enclosing circle.
What was that? I was going to say something, but
it's like a limited portion of the map, Nathan.
Yeah.
Okay, so LVO's this weekend.
Yes.
Okay, so LVO reveals 40K is getting something. Sigmar's going to get battle tomes.
You know what I think it'll be? Since it's LVO. Yeah, since it's LVO. I think if they're going to do it, which everyone says that they're going to do it, I think it'll be the next Codex Space Marines.
When's that going to drop, though?
Exactly.
When is it? I almost don't think that they can fit one in now before the new edition.
That was my original thought, was given the time frame of Guard, World Eaters, because we still haven't gotten World Eaters yet. They're coming. They're close. So it might be something World Eaters. But
I hope not. We know what's coming. That range looks great, but we
awesome.
know what it is.
I might repurpose my K. I'll look through their range and see what they can use and can't use, but I don't know. I like that stuff. I want to see some new Thousand
That's
Sun
what the
stuff
LVO
eventually,
stands for, Levi.
The Las Vegas Open?
Human troll.
Yeah.
Did you see the army breakdowns?
For the
what's being played in the championships?
No.
So there's 970 players.
Yep.
68 Tyranids.
Okay.
62 Tau.
Okay. Is this high to low?
Yeah, I don't remember. I'm trying to go off memory here. Let me see if I screenshot. I don't believe I did. And then there's a lot of factions that have around between 20 and 30.
Okay.
There's like pretty even. What?
Yeah, no, I just hit a snap again. Me and Tony locked eyes.
Well, I'm waiting for that mic was making some weird noise, and so I'm waiting for it to make noise again, and also Tim's is, and so I hear that noise. I'm like, is that it? No,
I'd be terrible on radio. It's just me being an idiot. But yeah, so yeah, I think that's a possibility. Because I also think I don't know if we're even going to get that. That very well just could be the next Space Marine Codex. That could be just the 10th edition Space Marine Codex. Because we know that'll be the first Codex to drop. Because it always is the first Codex to drop out of the edition.
Yes, yeah, so I don't think we're going to get another
I think it'll be the 10th. I think they'll just reskin it to be the 10th edition Codex. Because none of the Codexes are... they don't even have to change anything in it. Because none of the Codexes have... the edition number printed in it.
We need a reset bad.
We do.
The rules are just so all over the place.
Oh, we absolutely do.
We have so many FAQs to.
Yeah.
And that's part of it.
But that yeah, no. Well, it's the problem is the codexes, and that's the issue is the codexes, and the problem with doing a reset is now when you issue a new codex, you're going to have to be issuing broad nerfs in your codex, and nobody likes that. So what the better option is you just issue a reset, bring everyone back to square zero at the same time, and then buff them from there. In their codex.
Here it is. Found it.
But
okay. Here we go.
I haven't heard any more rumors on getting a reset. Unfortunately,
because
that's what I want.
I'm just talking even going back to zero. So you play out of the rule book.
What do you mean?
So you don't got to worry about 10 pages of FAQs. You don't.
Yeah.
Somebody's not going to say, "Well, they FAQ'd that," and you got to spend 20 minutes looking it up.
Well, we'll get that. We'll get that with.
That's what I'm saying. That's all I meant by reset.
Yeah. We'll get that with the new edition.
So Votan are 58.
Okay.
Custodes at 47. Sisters at 46. Demons 44, Knights 42,
Jeez,
Blood Angels 40, Chaos Renegade or Knight Renegades 39, Necrons 38, Orcs 37. There's a lot of different factions. You don't realize how many there are. Thousand Suns 35, Death Guard 33, Chaos Space Marines at 28, Harlequins at 26, Guard at 25, Yanari 25, Grey Knights 23. Emperor's Children 20. I don't know how you're going to play Emperor's Children right now.
You can play Emperor's Children out of the Chaos Space Marine Codex.
Dark Angels at 19, Drukari 18, Gene Stealers at 18, and then it just goes on. So Eldari are at 12. So there's...
Yeah, Imperial... I'm a little surprised to see Imperial Guard so low in the representation.
I don't know if they're allowing the new book.
Oh, well, then that might be why. Okay. So if they don't allow it in the new book, then that's why people wouldn't be playing them. Because I would figure they would be up in the higher end because people want to play them in a tournament, especially a big tournament like the LVO.
Well, the good thing is you have a lot of the models anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
You wouldn't be able to play the Dorn. I almost don't think it's allowed. I don't think
probably it might not. It might not be.
I couldn't imagine going there and playing the old book. So we had the Apocalypse this weekend also.
Oh, that's right.
Which was fantastic. It turned out very well. Saturday. Levi was supposed to be there. He never showed. He has orcs. Didn't show up. Nathan didn't show up.
Scumbag.
Bradley didn't show up.
I had to work, and then I had my mom's birthday party.
Your mom could have came too.
I had good excuses.
Your mom did come to an Apocalypse game one year.
An Apocalypse game? No,
I mean, she wasn't here the whole time. You guys just remember you guys had lunch here for something.
Well, they had the kids.
Sure.
They had my brother's kids,
and they're like, I'm not missing this.
And they're like,
I did my best.
They're like, Uncle Brad's here playing you
in a tournament. You have models, Nathan. Nathan, you have demons. They're usable.
Let's go bring him by and see what he's doing at the store. So they went and got Hoagie Man. We all ate together. It was nice. I gotta throw my mom's birthday party here.
Birthday Boomakuli? What a nightmare.
Nathan needs a firmware update, man.
Happy birthday, Boomakuli. Oh, man, I needed a nice laugh like that. That was funny. That's good stuff. Anyway, we had the Apocalypse game. The Rogel Dorn.
You play with it?
3 of them.
How'd it work? I mean, it's Apocalypse, so.
Yeah, I mean, they killed stuff dead that they wanted to kill.
Yeah, and then they got killed dead.
No, nobody shot them. They didn't really know what they were. I didn't have the exact model. Also, the beauty of Apocalypse is the guard stuff is the least important stuff to shoot.
Yeah.
It's just... Dakota had Necron. It was me and Dakota on the same team. Me, Dakota, and John against Ted. We killed... Ted had to have played his Titans wrong. We killed the Reaver and the Warhound in turn 1. And then the Warlord in turn 2. You know, Ted was gone after 3 hours.
I don't... Actually, I do believe that.
I don't know, man.
Like, how many wounds do they have?
The Warlord has 120. And the Void Shields are... The problem is he let him get punched. He moved them up the board, so they don't get their Void Shields in melee.
Oh, so you punch them dead.
Yeah. I mean, we punched the big one dead for the most part. I also shot...
Stuff is still
Here's a cautionary tale. You need to play your codex before you play your codex in like a game like that.
Yeah.
Right? There's a lot going on. So I'm like, all right, Jake, I got to shoot this Gorkanaut, right? And I shoot it, and I'm like, all right, X amount of saves. Like, I made 1 of 4, 1 of 5, right? I rolled the damage. I was like, that is 127 damage. And I'm like, wait a minute. Way wrong. I was shooting. Okay, so I shot they were Vanquishers.
Yeah.
Okay, but I used the battle cannon shot profile. Right, so we caught it and went back because I was like, "That's way wrong."
127 damage.
I did 4. I don't know what the exact. It was a lot. I think it might have been 7. It was a lot of damage.
Okay.
Because like a Vanquisher can do 12 wounds.
Yeah.
Right, but I had 8 shots. Okay, a Vanquisher has 1 shot. So luckily we caught it. I was like, that does not seem right. I was like, oh, that's why. Because I made a cheat sheet, right? I put all the weapon profiles, I had them on the board. So I went through and I was like, oh, that's what I did. So brought 2 squads of Rough Riders, right?
Yeah.
Put them on, like, the flanks of my deployment. The first ones were charging the Reaver. Okay? They were getting ready to charge it. It blew up in the shooting phase. Okay,
that's funny.
And it did 11 mortal wounds to my 5 Rough Riders.
So it killed them all.
So like they're just charging, and then the sun detonates in front of them.
And then they get incinerated on horseback.
Turn 2,
hilarious.
I'm charging the Warlord with the other unit. They don't get incinerated, but it blows up before they get there. And then Mike had to kill him. Had to mow him down, the dirtbag. Yes, the Vanquisher is definitely a single shot. That weapon would be very busted if it was D6 plus 3 shots.
The Vanquisher. That's the big anti-tank thing. Yeah. On the Lehman Russ.
I think they're worth using, man.
How much? They're one shot. It's a railgun, right? Yeah, it's a railgun.
It's the same concept. You do a wound, it does D3 more.
I'm almost positive it's like the exact same gun.
Yeah.
It might be slightly worse.
I think I think it's a little worse.
Like the railgun, I think is like strength 12, neg 5 or something. So yours is probably like strength 10, neg 4.
Mine's strength 14, neg 5.
Oh, well then it's the same gun.
It very well could be.
It's literally the same.
It is.
I hate that. That is.
Yeah, give it some flavor, right? No, I mean it is meant to be. It's also better because it's a turret weapon.
Yeah, it's better.
And I can bring 9 of them. No, I can bring 12 of them.
The Tau one also hits on 4s.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's better. So
yeah.
Mine can hit on 3s, and I can bring 12 in a game.
Yep. Yeah. No, I really hate that they did that, but
it was cool.
Sorry, I don't play Tau anymore, so I'm okay.
I did bring 12 Lehman Russes and 3 Dorns. And then Mike added into the other team, so I brought all my flyers also.
Neato. Yeah. No, I'm kind of excited to play around with this Arcs of Omen thing. I don't really
the detachment?
Yeah, I don't. Book? Yeah, both. I don't really know. I need to get the book and read it so I know how the missions are played.
I got one out there for you.
I'll get it and read it, but I'll probably read it this weekend. But yeah, the detachment's interesting because that's what we'll be using for my campaign. 40K campaign.
I like the detachment because it just makes it easier.
Makes it easier. There's a couple things I don't really like about it. But well, we'll see if they're actual. If my complaints are actually grounded or verified, or if I'm just worried. But
for your campaign or just in general?
Just in general, I don't like the idea of just bring whatever you want because that's what we had in 8th edition, and it just didn't work out. But like I said, we'll see how it works.
I like that it's one detachment.
I do too. I don't like that it relegates troops to an optional role. And it can you can pretty much just make whatever list you want. I think some armies should have some sort of required something built into their list required, not just one HQ and bring whatever you want. But I don't know. Like I said, we'll see how it works out. It'll definitely free players up to make interesting lists and stuff. But
I don't think the Vanquisher is neg 6, Nathan.
I mean, regardless, it's
slightly different, but it's the same idea.
It's the same gun, yeah.
Nathan, I do believe you, but
I really don't like the idea of the Vanquisher being better or exactly as good as the railgun. I think the railgun should be better. Like, it's always been a gripe when I had Tau, was like, oh, I got all these awesome weapons. And then you play against orcs, and you're like, why are their weapons better than mine?
Well, I mean, orcs are a more pure faction.
What?
They're not communists. Like,
oh, okay.
Okay.
I mean, they kind of are.
Their hearts are pure.
But
orcs are the only good guys in 40K.
That's definitely not true.
Nathan, my okay, I was gonna say, my battle scribe says neg 5 for the Vanquisher. Not that that's gospel truth, but I haven't put my code into the 40K app yet, so it's it's a little better, but neg 6. I mean, what's the difference between neg 5 and neg 6?
There isn't one. It's whatever you're,
especially since Armor of Contempt's gone.
Yeah, like once you're whatever you're shooting at that, if it doesn't have if it has an invuln or not, that's what you're hitting anyway.
Right.
So like neg 5 or neg 6, it doesn't matter. So it's
I believe anything Nathan says about Warhammer. I mean, that's one way to look at it.
But yeah, no, I don't know. Like I said, I think Tau have a huge design issue. I think they've always have. But that's just me.
What do you mean?
I think they have a problem balancing them out in terms of like what to give them versus what to give everybody else. Like the whole idea behind them is they have basically guard like stats in terms of like shooting and like slightly worse tanks, but better suits or whatever. But the idea behind that is their weapons are supposed to make up for that. But like I said earlier, you compare their weapons to some stuff orcs have, and you're like, why is their stuff better? Or some stuff guard has, and like this is exactly the same. Like it just seems way off. But
yeah, they definitely have not been able to balance Tau correctly. They're either not worth playing or they're busted. They're very rarely in the middle.
Yeah, exactly. I think towards the end of 8th edition, they were probably in the middle, but that didn't last for very long.
Right, but at the beginning, they were
awful.
One
of the worst armies in the game.
And then
next to Necrons. It was
just shortly
bad
before
life.
that in 7th, they were
busted. Yeah. The end of 7th, they were busted. Although 7th was a different beast, considering like they were busted, but like they didn't compare to like Necrons or Space Marines or anything like that. Like they wouldn't.
I don't know, man.
It wasn't even close.
I think they had more sheer firepower than both of those.
I don't think so. Centurion drop pods and with grav cannons, re-rolling hit rolls, re-rolling wound rolls, ignoring cover. You had charging deep strike that didn't scatter on turn 1 with Space Marines.
Was that the Skyhammer?
Yeah, you had.
That was only one. Didn't that get banned?
I don't know. You had free transport. You had 10 free Razorbacks.
That was wild.
With the Space Marines. Like,
let me tell you, everybody that complains about them writing rules to sell models, all those people bought those Razorbacks.
I bought 10 of them. I have 6 drop pods. I was working on an anti-Necron Space Marine list that involved 10 drop pods, all with OBSEC, flying in from outer space on turn 1, and just securing objectives and just looking at the Necron player being how do you kill me or you lose.
How do you make that game enjoyable, right? Like, because somebody that wants to build a Space Marine company that drops 6 drop pods, how do you make that enjoyable for both players? Right, because the Space Marine player's like, this is awesome. Like, look at the narrative. Like,
so long as you just don't make it like, you don't make it too, too, I don't want to say impactful, because it should have its own impact, but you just don't make it too good, I guess.
You don't want it to be oppressive.
Exactly. Right, I don't think there's anything wrong with your entire force. I think it's actually really cool to see an entire force arrive the game via deep strike and drop pod. I think that'd be awesome.
It is kind of a little bit of a bummer that doesn't exist at all.
It's very thematic. I mean, you could still do it technically, but like
you can do it in narrative play. You can't do it or open play. You can't do it in match play, I don't think.
Oh, because you have to have something on the table? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. But you could put one of your drop pods.
Well, you have to have half your force on the table now. Ever since 8th,
drop pod assault ignores that rule. You can go over it with drop pod assault.
It ignores that rule?
Yeah. Yeah, ignores all those rules.
Well, you might be able to do it with Space Marines then.
Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, no, that was the cool thing via 7th edition was you could do that. And narratively, it's cool. I think the one thing you do is just don't make the drop pods OBSEC, and I think you're fine.
Yeah, I think you have to make drop pods like scenery.
Kind of, yeah.
Like they should, because people are charging Lehman Russes into drop pods right now.
Yeah, and it's very stupid.
Well, you can't shoot the Lehman Russ. But the Lehman Russ has a turret weapon. That's not something that was intended.
No.
You look at it and it's just like, no, that's not what we want.
Yeah, I think if you relegate them to more of a fortification type, well, fortifications still have that issue too.
But just, you have to anticipate some of these cheeky things.
Here's the thing.
Vehicles shouldn't be able to charge.
Yeah.
Vehicles should not, they could be charged, but they should do like Hammer of Wrath wounds, and that's it.
Or you just make it like 7th edition.
Where you run into people.
Yeah.
You tank shot, and then you're not in combat.
Yeah, exactly.
That would have fixed the entirety of 8th
Vehicles
edition.
are never in combat. We're done.
Yeah, you can run up and hit me, but I'll just drive away.
You can fight them, but you can't lock them in combat because they're a tank, and they will just run you over.
Yeah.
Man,
what a difficult concept to... Yeah,
we had that. We had that in 7th edition. It's one of the things... It's one of the really... Like, watching them move from 8th edition into 9th edition and now into 10th edition, one of the real funny things is watching them go back and redo some of the things that they've done in old fashion. Like bringing it back to 7th edition has just been...
Points right now, at least from the guard perspective, they are very much 7th edition points.
What do you mean?
Like, I mean, a little bit different now because you have free war gear.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But like when they previously updated them, like a lot of my points went back to 7th edition point values. So like a command squad was 60 points in 7th.
I don't even know what mine are compared to 7th edition.
I just remember because I had to do the same stuff all the time. You know
That's
what I mean?
fair. Yeah.
Infantry squads were 50.
Yeah.
You know, there's 65 now, but you get free war gear.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a little bit, but Lehman Russes, I think Sentinels are right about what they were. They were right around 40 points, 45 points. They want you to use Sentinels, by the way. The new book is like, use Sentinels.
I don't think they're bad. I think
they can be very good.
I think I'd run a lot.
They have the platoon keyword and core.
Well, they're like my Venom crawlers, except I can only run 3 of those.
Well, I can run.
Well, I guess I can run 6 now.
I can run 18 Sentinels.
6?
I mean, I could if I went
6 Venom crawlers. Huh. Oh, I can't run 6 Venom crawlers. What am I thinking? You got the rule of 3.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, so you can run 9 Sentinels. Oh no, you could run 18 if you really wanted to.
Delousing. What is delousing? Why does that sound familiar?
Getting rid of lice.
I don't think that's
I think
how
this
he
is
means
slang. But yeah.
I don't know, Levi. Why don't you ask him?
And still need to learn how to play. I wonder what Nathan.
You should have brought it on Saturday.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I don't know, we'll see. Points right now are so out of whack because of the free weapon options and stuff.
I just don't think the free thing works long term.
It just depends, man. Like there's a right way to do it and a wrong way to do it. And I'm looking at the Space Marine stuff and I'm like, "Oh, man.
They're not right?"
No, well, some of it feels okay, but some of it feels off. I like the idea of free weapons for tac squads because that's what tac squads do. Those should be incorporated in the cost. So what they did was they raised the cost of tac squads and then said, you get free war gear. It's like, okay, that makes sense. I can do that. And then you can make cool tac squads and make them do cool things. Cool with that. Terminators feel weird because you can just you can load up on heavy weapons, which is fine. Like including a heavy weapon in a Terminator squad, I guess that's okay. But there's a stark difference between like a heavy flamer and an assault cannon and a cyclone missile launcher. Like there should be some points differences between the heavy flamer and the cyclone missile launcher. Like those are.
You think
one of those is better than the other?
You think they could build in an opportunity cost of some kind, like other than the obvious?
Other than points?
Well, if they don't want to use points, like this unit cannot have this combination, right? And that may be too complex.
I think what you do is you might limit your army to a certain amount of options. So in the way
your army can have 3 cyclone missile launchers,
exactly,
something like that,
or you cannot have a unit. Yeah, you're basically, yeah.
Yeah, but doesn't that takes away some of the fun of list building? You're like, oh, I can. I think points exist for a reason.
I think what it ultimately takes away is spamming, because it right there the rule would.
What's spam? 3?
I mean,
like we've said it at 3 or more than 3, right?
That's
how they've defined it with the rule of 3.
Yeah, the rule of 3 sets it at 3, so you're not doing more than that. So yeah, we could say 3 if you want. Weapon options, maybe we detail. I don't know. Maybe 3 is the right number. But I don't know, because it raises some interesting questions with your heavy weapons squads too, right? So like as a Space Marine player, you bring Devastator squads. How many units of 4 las cannons are you allowed? Well, who knows? Same thing for Chaos Space Marines and Havocs. How many?
Right now it's 3.
Reaper chain cannons.
Right now the answer.
Right. But that's like 4, 8, 12 Reaper chain. That's a lot of Reaper chain cannons.
Yeah.
I don't even know how many bullets, but it's a lot. It's over 100. But yeah. So it's No, it's like 96. But anyway, yeah. So I don't know. I like the idea of balancing, of finding another balancing mechanic other than points, because points to me just seems like one thing. That's why I was always warm to the idea of command points and doing that thing is placing opportunity cost when it comes to command points too. But I will always be warm to the idea of formations, 7th edition. The formation detachment, I think, was the right direction to move to, and I think they just got carried away and ruined it. I think they squandered their opportunity for something great, because that was their way to make every army.
Oh yeah, orcs versus orcs. I like it.
That was their way to make every army feel unique.
I did like that,
and give you a lot of there was a lot of customizing options in some of them. At least the armies that had a lot of
good ones.
Yeah, had units to play with. Right, there's some books that just don't have a lot of units. Right, and so obviously when you do that, you're not going to have
those books.
You
could just allow them to maximize what they have, though.
That's true too. But it's I don't know. There's like I said, that was always to me. I always really liked that. I always thought that was a cool idea, and I think it worked for their sales too.
The further we get away from it too, that we can look back and be like, yeah, it was a really good idea conceptually.
It was a great concept,
and it just didn't pull off the.
The execution was awful.
Yeah,
it started great when it was Khorne Demonkin. They had one of the first ones. That was fantastic how they did that, and the blood tide points and everything. That was really cool. But then once Necrons came out, it just got out of hand. Eldar had it pre-Necron. And that was
no, Necrons were the first. They were the first full on.
Oh, they were, weren't they?
Yep. The orcs had something. They were the first 7th edition book, and they had.
But they didn't have a Decurion detachment.
Not the same. No, they had a couple formations loosely in there.
But it was. Oh yeah, that was in their codex. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but they didn't. Yeah, but they
didn't have the full on detachment.
No, I think Green Tide was in the book. But yeah,
that's what it was.
Yeah, no, like I said, they had a great opportunity, and they just squandered it. Yeah. It's unfortunate, but that's just what happens with some of those things.
Well, who do you think wins the LVO this weekend?
So they nerfed Tyranids recently. Are they using the most recent balance FAQ?
I think so.
Okay, so if that's the case, it won't. I don't think it'll be Tyranids. So I'm trying to think.
They got a good chance because there's 68 of them.
Oh, that's fair.
A massive part of the field.
That's fair. So if you're just playing the odds, yeah, you say Tyranids. I don't think Custodes.
Apparently there's a Tau list right now. It's pretty nasty.
Is it?
I don't know what it is, but
I am unaware of what Tau does anymore, other than the obvious, which is shoot people. But
yeah, I don't know what the Art of War team's doing. So last year, they all showed up with the same list. Very fun. Literally, it was 15 guys.
I mean, when you're going to win, right?
List.
Yeah, when you're going to win, right? You got to throw off a lot of the.
I don't know.
A lot of the pizzazz.
Zero fun, sir.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be Space Marines, but it could be.
So Nathan thinks Space Marines because they got dirt. Space Marines didn't get that much cheaper. What got really
They're
cheap?
Pretty cheap, I think.
Not that much. What got cheap was their weapon options. That's where they made out. But when you look at them as a whole, they didn't get that much cheaper. So, trying to think of their biggest point drops. Assault intercessors, I think.
500 to 600 point savings. That is wild.
Once again,
you got 325, didn't you?
Yes, but I played Dark Angels, and that's with Terminators with options. Most Primaris units don't have weapon options and weapon loadouts. Most of them don't. Redemptor Dreadnoughts saw 0 point drops, and that is honestly something that needed it. The Redemptor Dreadnought is overcosted, and it's not nearly as good as it should be. So that is
not as good as it used to be, right?
Well, not as more things have come out, exactly. So obviously, when it was the only codex in existence, it was pretty decent. But now, since the Vanquisher canon exists, for example, They
reduce damage by 1, right?
It's all they do. Yeah, they should be, and they're T7 for some reason. I don't know why they modeled
like that. They're huge. I mean, it looks like it would be T7,
right? Well, we've always talked about making them like T8 and something like that. Make them a little bit beefier.
Make them a little tougher.
Yeah, exactly. Or they need an invuln or something. They're just not. Why
don't they just have transhuman?
Yeah, I've always kind of argued with that. I think that would make them very good. I think that would make them serviceable.
I don't think you want all dreadnoughts to have transhuman. But
well, you can only have 3 of them.
Well, you can have 3 of those, and then 3 of the other kind.
No one's running the other kind.
Well, I mean, they might if they were all -1 damage
maybe.
and transhuman.
So you get 6 dreadnoughts into a... you could have more. You could probably have 9. I think 9's the maximum elite slot, so... You get 9
I can't wait till
list,
they go Legends on the old dreadnoughts, because they don't look nearly as cool as the new ones.
Do you think they'll go Legends?
Probably not for a while, but they will.
I don't know.
They will.
With the breakout of the OGL for D&D, I think if they went Legends on some of that stuff, I think Games Workshop would catch a lot of flack.
Yeah.
Take some of those nicely painted dreadnoughts that people have made, and they...
Sure, but you
you can't use them anymore, and it's like...
Well, you can always do what you want. You can always play open play, do whatever you want.
Right, but we all know that that's not
no,
what people
I get
want,
it, but you,
right?
you
that's
also
not what
can't,
you want to be relegated to.
You know, when your PlayStation 2 goes out of... It's no longer supported, nobody complains.
Right, no one's asking for more old dreadnoughts, but they just want to be able to play, right?
Sure.
They just want to be able to play with their PlayStation 2. That's all.
I mean,
they don't want to be...
I don't know. I guess
they don't want to be...
There's not a tournament scene for... See you, Levi. I love you. And actually, we're gonna bounce out ourselves, guys, just a couple minutes early tonight. So, LVO, I think it's gonna be guard winning it.
Me too.
I don't think so, but
me neither.
I would love to see it. I would love to see it. Otherwise, we will be back Tuesday to talk about the craziness that gets revealed. And I love you guys. Tell your grandma to come see us. Love you. Have a good night.